HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Distance like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Distance like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Distance like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Distance like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist's brush.
right, everybody, and good evening. Welcome to the High Velocity Racing League Cup Series here from Watkins Glen International. My name is Matthew Chase, the voice of Monday nights here for the High Velocity Racing Network. And tonight's race, the Go Bowling at the Glen here from Watkins Glen International. A 57-lap race tonight here with 3 additional sets of tires, 1 fast repair, and stages will be as the leader crosses the line, starting their lap 17 and lap 34. We got 71-degree ambient temperature with 9-mile-an-hour winds. Cloudy here tonight in northern New York. And 90-degree track temp on this 2.42-mile road course. Of course, the normal configuration for the Cup Series here as well. And last week's winner was a back-to-back winner, as Bryce Fontaine starts to get into a groove here in High Velocity Racing League. Last season's champion. In the number 17. Two-time winner now this season, winning at Richmond and at Kansas. And he had a strong showing on Wednesday night as well in the Xfinity Series until the speeding penalty cost him a chance at the win at Portland International Raceway. And currently showing as the fastest lap on track here at the Glen as well. Take a look at the fast laps so far. Bryce Fontaine with a 109.622. And a couple drivers in the last couple laps have also put down fast times very close to that, as Wesley Burke now with a 109.701. The other one to get it down a fast lap is Ryzen Baker in the number 77, who's sitting at a 109.790. Ryzen has a win on the season already. Fourth fastest is the 99 of Sean Wilder. Wilder, a well-known road racer here in HVRL. And always one to watch when we come to the road courses. Fifth fastest is the 9 of Shane Williams. And Williams on pit road right now. But a 109.957. The other one sitting on pit road right now, the 91 of Garrett Wiles. And Garrett right behind Williams as well, only 0.02 of a second in the number 91 with a 109.977. Everybody else in the 110 bracket and slower. And what a view of the road course here from high up in the blimp, the Goodyear blimp. Overlooking the hills of northern New York. I say northern. It's not really northern. It's more western New York. It's north of the big city, though. But all right. Practice is over. We'll see what these guys can do in qualifying. A few drivers out on track starting their out laps, including the back-to-back winner. And he's going slower, trying to keep excessive heat out of the tires, but still trying to warm them up a little bit as well. Looks like Fontaine not the closest to starting their lap. That would be John Fieldley. But Fieldley actually got loose coming out of one of the last corners, so he'll restart his out lap. And that should put Fontaine as... Nope, never mind, I lied. Sean Wilder coming out of the final corner on his out lap, and he'll take the green flag. He's starting his lap. So far, so good. Up through the S's, down into the inner loop now. Little bobble there through the beginning part of the bus stop. And down into the carousel. He should be the first to complete a lap, so he'll be sitting on the provisional pole. 973 in the 109 bracket. And he's going to get loose on his second lap, so that'll be the time for him. Williams coming down into turn number 1 in the number 9 car. On his second lap, he sits in the 110 bracket right now. Surprising that Fontaine's first lap did not count, so he must have gone off track or something. See what he's able to do here. Trying to gain as much speed as possible there out of the carousel. Final corner here for your defending champion. Keeps it off the wall, and let's see what his time is. Pole, 109.572. Williams not able to better his time. $7.91 for Weiniger. Polhamus coming across the line now in the 33. Looks like 3.57 will be the time there, as McGarrigle jumps Polhamus for 6th on his second lap. And it looks like Freitas is done. Garrett Wiles out there on track now for his first lap. And John Fieldley coming around as well. Fieldley's lap there puts him in 5th, as Wiles will jump him. And Garrett Wiles going to go for lap number 2 here. And Christian McCrelly actually gets up there to 3rd, jumping Williams. As well. Ryzen Baker out there on his first lap. We'll see what Baker can do. Garrett Wiles crosses 1:10.05. Not fast enough to jump over McCrelly, but does better his time. And Ryzen Baker's first lap. Good enough for the 8th spot right now. Looks like right now Baker the last one out there. So we will follow along with Ryzen on lap 2. And lap 2, good enough for 2nd with a 9.757, and death there after the qualifying lap for Baker. But outside front row for the number 77 here for the Go Bowling at the Glen. So just a couple minutes left. Anyway, what I was saying, just a couple minutes left here in the qualifying session. So we will go back to a break. We'll be right back with our starting grid for tonight's race from Watkins Glen International. Stay tuned for the grid and our race tonight.
HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rose my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, yeah. HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Distance like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Roads my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Distance like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Roads my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Distance like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Roads my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Distance like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Roads my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. We the top of the track, chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams. We ain't slowing down. We are El Cup Kings. We are El Cup Kings. Mama, we are El Cup Kings. Yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams. We ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Roads my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup Kings. We the top of the track, chasing every flag, no way we looking back.
Alrighty, we are back. And we're going to grab our pole sitter real quick. Pole sitter Bryce Fontaine here tonight. How you feeling about your chances at Watkins Glen?
I always feel good at the road courses. You know, we got some fast guys in here that put down some pretty competitive times. You know, long race, 57 laps. So we're not going to reach for any water on pit road this week. And we're going to try to just be smooth, be consistent, and, you know, not be too aggressive, let others make mistakes, and just try to maintain pace.
All right, Bryce. Well, good luck tonight. We'll catch you hopefully later on the night.
Yes, sir. That's the goal. Thank you, man.
All right, he does sit on the pole here with Ryzen Baker to his outside on row number 2. Sean Wilder in the 99, starting in the 3rd position here with Christian McCrelly in the 22 in P4. Then we've got John Fieldley on the outside of row 3 with Garrett Wiles on the inside row. And then Shane Williams in the number 9 starts 7th with Chris Weiniger in 8th. Brandon Dayhoff will be starting in the 9th spot here with Andrew McGarrigle in 10th. Ryan White will be starting 12th. And then Chris Polhamus in the 33 will be starting in the 11th spot. So those guys making up row number 6. Up next, Tyler Belanger in the number 88 with Happy to his outside. And we've got Stevenson, Ryan Stevenson in the number 5 with Brad Borer. Tom Freitas starts in 17th with Mark Miller. Got some people falling to the back there. Tim Taylor going to be starting in 20th. Jose Mercado. Thad Teasley. Peyton Holland, Wesley Burke, and then Keith Vaughn at the back. Green flag flies. And we're racing from the Glen down into turn 1. Fontaine around the inside. He should have advantage on exit. And no, never mind. Ryzen Baker with a good move up through the S's. He will not be able to hold that position as Fontaine controls it. Long run down the back straightaway here until they get to the bus stop as Fontaine aggressive into that area. And again, flying stages here tonight. lead lap number 1. Baker looking to the inside down the front straightaway. Just showing the nose. Good aggression so far. Garrett Wiles up to the 3rd spot in the number 91 as he battles with Fieldley. Solidly in that 3rd spot. Wilder right there as well. A little hot through the bus stop for Wilder. He'll have to give up some time to McCrelly. And out front, Baker not seating position well that far off of the back of Fontaine. He is right there ready to pounce if Fontaine makes a mistake. Garrett Wiles loses it. Looks like damage on the right front, potentially, for the 91. McCrelly and Wilder will get by. A little crinkle on that right front as well, so something to watch for Garrett. Little too much speed there for Fieldley through the bus stop. The 27 does sit in 3rd with the fastest lap of the race right now as well, with a 109.96. And Fieldley's ready to pounce on Baker or Fontaine if either makes a mistake. Right now, Baker continuing to do a good job hanging with the reigning champ and the back-to-back winner in Fontaine. And Fontaine looking to make it 3 in a row here tonight. And once again, fast lap of the race. Never mind, that was not up to date. Oh, and Baker a little wide through the S's. And the damage doesn't appear to be too bad. Little scuff marks on the left front. See if that affects the handle of the car at all. Number 43, Ryan White battling with Andrew McGarrigle. And Freitas around, spinning down here into the final corner. Gets it collected. He should be good. He'll lose a couple spots there, but nothing too bad. And for McGarrigle. Now it's Ryan White behind and Tyler Belanger in front. Oh, and up at the front, John Fieldley now up to the 2nd spot. He's gotten himself past Baker. And right now running faster laps than both the leader and the 2nd place car Third place car, rather, excuse me. So he is faster than both Fontaine and Baker. See if Field is able to close in on Fontaine at all, try to battle for the race lead. Jose Mercado kind of mired in traffic back here, had the EOL to serve. Started in the back of the field. Trying to slowly but surely move his way forward. Looks like he's going to try to make a move on Weiniger down here out of the carousel. He'll have the inside. So he'll get that spot. And now look to attack Jace Keller, who's right in front. Andrew McGarrigle has Wesley Burke now on the back bumper in the number 7. We know Burke is fast and one of the faster laps in practice. 7 is definitely one to watch today as McGarrigle peeks the nose to the inside on the 88 of Belanger. Slight contact as the two drivers get back onto the racing surface. And Belanger's able to hold him off for now. But I don't know if McGarrigle's going to be able to hold off Burke either, as that is a bad fast number 7 car. Back out front, Ryzen Baker did get back by John Fieldley, and Fieldley kind of falling back to Christian McCrelly, who sits in 4th. Now that we're a few laps in, let's toss up the track map as well and see where everybody's on the track. Right now we're sitting with the third place car of Fieldley, but he's got McCrelly and Wilder right behind him, looking to get by into the top 3 positions for both those guys for the first time tonight. Well, Wilder started in 3rd, but back into the top 3, I suppose, for Wilder. Looks like Ryan White down pit road this time. And then right in front of the race leader. Watch out. Here comes lap traffic right in front of the leaders, as they've got Tim Taylor right in front of them in the 12. Tim gets out of the way, and around him goes the top 2. Good smart move there for Taylor. And now Fieldley having to deal with McCrelly as they're door-to-door up through the S's. Good tight racing down here This is going to be sketchy as they are side by side through the bus stop. McCrelly has the outside through the first couple of corners, or through the first parts of that, but no issues as McCrelly now in the 22 moves up to the third position, and Fieldley, good awareness around all around from these guys as they all figure it out. And now Wilder going to go ahead and try to look to get by Fieldley. Shows the nose down here into turn one. It's just a bait. Oh, Fieldley, that was close. Saw the little bit of a loose car down there out of turn one. Wesley Burke was able to get by Belanger. And now he's got his sights set on the 7th place car of Brandon Dayhoff through the bus stop. Going in front of him, it looks like Wilder ended up going through the grass a little too hot through the bus stop as he loses a spot to Garrett Wiles, back to the 6th spot for the 99. And John Fieldley was able to get by McCrelly again, and he's back up to 3rd. Lots of movement going on here. And then up here, Thad Teasley and Jose Mercado in a line here also with Keith Vaughn. And Happy, who's right in front of him in the 52. Teasley's going to have to deal with Mercado, who is right on the back bumper of the number 55 Camaro. And he's going to let Mercado go. Wilder's going to get by Tim Taylor, who's a lap down. Now McCrelly and Fieldley back to battling for that 3rd spot. And Garrett Wiles looking to pounce on this as well, as he's going to make a pass on McCrelly. McCrelly gives up a couple there. I think safety was first in mind for the 22 in that regard. So Fieldley will lead them back in this group in 3rd. Wesley Burke, Tyler Belanger, Jose Mercado all down pit road this time around. And Burke just actually coming out of pit road right now. Burke did a good job on that first stint. Was up as many as 12 spots the last time I'd taken a peek. And currently up 6 right now. Here comes the leaders, though, as Fontaine, Baker, Fieldley, Wiles, and McCrelly all come down. That's the top 5. The only one to stay out, Sean Wilder, and then number 99. He'll take over the race lead with 3 laps to go. Question here, is Wilder able to stretch it to the end of the stage with 2 laps to go. He's got a large gap to the car behind, which is Polhamus. And Ryzen Baker able to get off pit road in front of Bryce Fontaine. That is the net race lead. Fontaine, aggressive move down into the bus stop here. He will be stuck behind Baker for now as they go through the bus stop. And Wilder not able to make it to the end of the stage, so down pit road comes the number 99 race leader. And Polhamus also going to come down pit road. That's going to leave Ryzen Baker here to overtake the lead. Oh, and Fontaine with issues. Had to jump to pit road. Not sure what happened to the 17. But that'll be a tow and a fast repair. They were racing hard. Last we had seen right here into the carousel. Oh, and just broke loose and a hard hit into the barriers there. Into the barrels, rather. And that puts one of the faster drivers behind the 8 ball here. And it leaves Ryzen Baker with a large lead here. With 1 lap to go here in the first stage. Once again, flying stages here in High Velocity Racing League for the road courses. Second place car of John Fieldley under attack here as Wesley Burke. I said that car was bad fast, and he's going to peek to the inside through the carousel. And Burke not totally clear yet down here into the penultimate corner. He'll have to run around the outside. Try to make that work. They'll be side by side into the final corner, which is where the final of that pass will happen, as Wesley Burke up to the 2nd spot. Now up 19 spots from the start of the race. And we'll still have to contend with Fieldley down here into turn 1. And now Garrett Wiles up the inside, looking for 3rd place. And spun by the 27. And they're both going to be in the wall. And that will leave a large gap there for Wesley Burke to those guys. Christian McCrelly, the beneficiary of that, will move up into the 3rd spot. Fast cars caught up in incidents. Fontaine's car looking pristine once again. He sits right now in 16th spot. That was pretty crazy. So Fieldy had to come down pit road to get service done on his car after what happened there. No surprises. And Fontaine just turned the fastest lap of the race last time around. 109.82 for the 17. Bit of a battle brewing here for the 5th spot as McGarrigle and Dayhofer in close proximity for that spot. And then Thad Teasley as well. Was trying to gain on Keith Vaughn. Looks like a battle maybe coming here for P2 as Wesley Burke and Christian McCrelly battle hard here for second. Now it looks like McCrelly content riding behind the number 7 of Burke. And Weinecker in the 53 able to get by Teasley here. That'll move the 53 up to the 11th spot. And down into the bus stop, looks like Weinecker going to get side by side there with Keith Vaughn. And now the 11th place driver moving up into the top 10, Chris Weinecker. Teasley peeking there. And this battle happening right in front of the race leader, Ryzen Baker. And Fontaine hard charging up through the field here into the 13th spot. He's looking to follow the race leader through the traffic as he's going to get now up into the 12th spot. Oh, and Jace Keller gets loose there into the corner. Unfortunate there for Wesley Burke. He had an issue and fell from second all the way back to fourth. Letting McCrelly get up to the second spot, and then Wilder into third. You see there the orange and black, number 7, right behind the car that is behind the number 99 in Wilder. And Andrew McGarrigle looking to get into the mix here with Wesley Burke as well. As the number 11 chases down the 7. Oh, that looks like that might have been contact between the 11 and the 5. And McGarrigle didn't lose his position, but lost a ton of time to Wesley Burke as that happened. So, unfortunate. And now Fontaine does get out in front of Ryzen Baker. He's put himself back onto the tail end of the lead lap. And also up into the top 10. And Weininger going to go down a lap to the race leader as Fontaine gets by him into 9th. Down pit road, Wesley Burke getting service done on the number 7. Andrew McGarrigle coming down pit road here from 4th. Wilder sits in 3rd. And 7 to go here in the 2nd stage. Oh, here comes the race leader actually down pit road, Baker. And McCrelly follows him. We'll see what Wilder decides to do. Looks like he's staying out for now. He'll overtake both of these guys and take over the race lead. And here comes Wilder this time by, which means Baker, who was in 2nd, will be definitely overtaking him and retaking the race lead with 6 to go, coming to 5 to go. This ought to be close here as Wilder comes out of pit road. There's Wesley Burke, the driver. He's battling for position. They'll be side by side down the backstretch. Wilder gets out of it and lets Burke by for 3rd. Oh, and McGarrigle with an issue. Oh, trouble. That definitely could have been worse. As now Mercado and Dayhoff battling for that 5th spot. Looks like Mercado able to get by Dayhoff for that spot, so move the 41 up into the top 5. And we got 1 lap to go here for the race leader in stage number 2. Take a look where Baker is. Second to last corner here. As Ryzen Baker cruises to another stage win here tonight. A good night so far for Baker. Smooth, steady laps here from the race leader. Looks like Andrew Bagaro going to be the first one down pit road from the guys who were on the lead lap. Seems like Baker's saving fuel right now. Third place car, Wesley Burke, down pit road. I don't think this is late enough where you could stretch it either. So I think Burke's going to have to stop one more time. And that'll give Wilder the third place position for now. Only the top five on the lead lap. Speaking of the top five, Wesley Burke coming off pit road right now. And he spins it there a little bit on the bus stop. Put some heat in those tires, but keeps it going the right way. No damage to the 7 there. But he's got Dayhoff on the tail. Just over a second gap back to the 51. I think we're getting close to the window where everybody can make it by stretching it. I would say maybe next lap or the lap after. We'll see what Baker decides to do, if it's this lap or next. Not this lap. So now do we see an undercut from McCrelly? Yeah, here comes McCrelly this time. What about Wilder? Wilder sits in third right now. Not this time for the 99. So he'll move up to second for now. Dayhoff coming down pit road now. And what about Baker? Yeah, here comes the race leader. And here comes Wilder out of the final corner. He's going around another time at least. So he'll take over the race lead. So Baker's in the lead now with 15 to go, or the net lead rather, with 15 to go. As Wilder did go down pit road that time. Ryzen Baker does retake the lead. Christian McCrelly is in second right now. With Wesley Burke in third. McCrelly is gaining. also gaining is the third place car of Wesley Burke. Slowly but surely reeling in second place McCrelly. Baker is saving pretty hard still, as Wilder has pulled about 3 seconds of time on the race leader in the last few laps. 6 to go, though, here from Watkins Glen. Keep an eye on Wesley Burke as well with 5.5 laps to go. He is gaining on Christian McCrelly. Not that last, no, that last lap too, actually. About almost just shy of a second last lap. We'll see what happens here over the last few. Baker last lap with a 1:13.2. Sean Wilder last lap 1:11.5. Almost 2 full seconds gained on the race lead. As it stands now, would not be enough to get him caught up to the race lead with the amount of laps left. We still don't know if Ryzen can even make it to the end. On the fuel in the car, we're watching with bated breath to see if he can even make it. Now, last lap, Wesley Burke able to gain almost again another second on this third place car rather, and there was almost an issue. As Shane Williams had to take evasive action, as well as Wesley Burke. And that last lap a little closer between the two drivers in third and fourth. But up front, Wilder again gaining a 1.5 seconds. Again, not going to be enough time, but if Baker runs out of fuel or has to pit for more, that will be different. '77 slowly cruising around the track here. We'll take 3 to go that time by. Two to go here as Ryzen Baker crosses the line. So far, so good for Ryzen Baker. One more time around. White flag in the air from Watkins Glen. Seems like all good here for Baker, potentially. Just 2 more corners for the number 77. Off the final corner, should be good to go, as Ryzen Baker will win at Watkins Glen. Sean Wilder able to bring it in second. And off the final corner, Christian McCrelly able to finish in the 3rd spot. Wesley Burke 4th, and Brandon Dayhoff rounding out the top 5. And while we let the race rewind a little bit so we can take a look at the drivers, we'll go through the finishing results here from the Glen, as Ryzen Baker takes it home in the 1st position with Sean Wilder and Christian McCrelly joining him on the podium. Wesley Burke finishes 4th with Brandon Dayhoff rounding out the top 5. Chris Polhamus in 6th with Chris Weiniger in 7th. Tom Freitas in the 8th position, with Thad Teasley finishing 9th and Keith Vaughn rounding out the top 10. Shane Williams finishes 11th tonight in the number 9, with Scott Milliken in 12th, Sean Happick in 13th, in the number 52. Tim Taylor finishes 14th in the number 12 car, with Mark Miller rounding out the top 15. Jace Keller in 16th, Jose Mercado 17th, Andrew McGarrigle in 18th. And you can see the remainder of the drivers there from 19th on back. And looks like we're going to maybe skip on Christian McCrelly for now, which is fine. I know the English is not his first language, so we will go ahead and grab our second place finisher, and that is Sean Wilder. Sean, fuel mileage saves the day for you here tonight, and you end up in the second position. How you feeling after the race?
Yeah, man, that was fun. Not sure what Wesley had a problem with, but whatever. It was a fun race. I kind of saved from the beginning, at least a lap, and I still was second guessing myself at the end there. Um, but yeah, I made it through and had enough fuel and just couldn't run him down at the end there. So, yeah, he just did a better job getting that lead, and I had a couple of mistakes too. It probably cost me. I had one little spin, and then another one in the bus stop where I kind of just panicked a little bit. The cars in front of me were too wide, and I had to back off, and I just kind of lost it. And then I went through my pits, slid through two forward on the first one, and I think maybe all those things add up to maybe me at least having a shot at it. But I'll take a deuce for sure.
You love taking a deuce, just like Bobby Grady.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, the name of the game obviously is no mistakes here on the road courses with the flying cautions. I know you said you had a couple of mistakes, but it seems like the fuel strategy was definitely one that you didn't have. I mean, was that your game plan all along, was save fuel the whole way, or?
Yeah, I mean, I was, like I said, I was doing the math, but I kept second guessing what I was doing. I was like, am I really gonna have enough? I'm trying to do the math as I'm driving, but I knew I was saving on the pace lap. You know what I mean? To try to get 14, and then I thought there was gonna have to be a 15 in there, and then just kind of haul butt the last one and see if I can catch him. But I know he a lot of when I saw them guys going at 13, I was like, oh man, I got a good shot at this if I can just not mess up. And I messed up a couple times, but I'll take it for sure.
Yeah. And then let's see, go back down here and take a look at the schedule for the Cup Series. Next week we go to Michigan, the inferior 2-mile track. How you feeling about your chances there next week?
I'm interested to see what it's like in these cars. I don't have a ton of experience in these cars, but I can only imagine what it's going to be like with the aero and everything. So I'm definitely going to get some practice in this week for sure on that. That's probably going to be my weakness, I think. I think the short tracks, I did okay at Richmond, and I think I can probably hang in those. It's the bigger tracks where I think I'm probably going to struggle. So I just got to get some extra practice in and see how it goes.
All right. Well, anybody want to shout out before we let you go, Sean?
Of course, you, buddy. Thank you for doing the broadcast as always. You do a great job. All the admins and everybody that shows up every week. Can't have a league without all the drivers, so we really appreciate you guys showing up week in and week out and having fun and enjoying this clean racing we got here. And yeah, had a fun night, man.
All right. Well, congrats on the second place finish. We'll see you next week.
All right, thanks, Sam.
You can catch Sean Wilder on the broadcast Tuesday nights for the ARCA series, if you were wondering as well. He's the kind of the voice of Tuesday nights. And last but not least, we do have our race winner in the number 77 of Ryzen Baker. Ryzen, it seemed like you were having to save a lot more than I think you were hoping you were going to have to there at the end. How you feeling after the race win, though?
Kind of surprised. I it was a shocker that I was able to save that much. I I don't know. I'm feeling good, but it was super unexpected. I thought I was gonna have to pit that second time. Me and Bryce had, I would say, I had fun with racing Bryce for that first, you know, half of the first fuel run, and then I realized, wait, why is he, because he's a little bit slow, and I was like, is he saving tires? Like, what is he doing? I look at the fuel, I was like, oh, that's why. So I start saving fuel, gear up in some corners, lifting off a little bit early, that kind of thing. And me and Bryce come out of the pits nose to nose. He ends up. I still gotta look at that replay. Oh my gosh, that wreck that he had overcorrecting from the carousel was crazy, and we managed to save more fuel, twice as much fuel than I thought we were going to. So,
Hey, that's all you can ask for if you're able to save that much fuel. I mean, we caught you a few times through that third stage there, just kind of clutching, coasting, trying to do whatever you could to save as much as you could, as long as you could. And, I mean, I was really kind of questioning whether you were even going to have enough for a burnout or anything if you did make it to the end. And you were able to make it across the line. Were you worried about Wilder being able to save enough and have enough speed to run you down there at the end?
absolutely, he put on a real threat after, I don't know, I think it might have been the second field run. He pit a lap later than me after Bryce had pitted, and so or after Bryce had died anyway. I was scared because he had saved that whole extra lap, and I was just saving to be able to maintain it. I wasn't trying to burn up any more fuel than I needed, right? And so in the second stint, I think I saved an extra lap of fuel, and then in the final stint, I think I saved nearly 2 laps of fuel.
Wow. That's impressive. And, now with that win, you have 2 wins under your belt for the season, some extra playoff points with 2 stage wins as well. How important were those playoff points for you tonight and going into the playoffs later this season?
I think they're really important. I haven't had a great last few races. Richmond really didn't turn out the way I wanted to. I felt fast. I felt like I could have the car to win it, but just some unfortunate events transpired that. And Kansas, that was a disaster. Don't even really remember that. So yeah, these last few weeks haven't gone well. So the double stage win and the win itself were very much needed.
And next week we go to Michigan. I call it the inferior 2-mile track, as Auto Club, in my opinion, is the better one. How do you feel about your chances going into Michigan next week?
Michigan's my home track. I love it a lot. I did the RFK Holiday Top Split race that was broadcasted earlier this December. Did pretty well in that. But yeah, Michigan's my bread and butter. I think if I'm gonna, Michigan would be my number 1 track to be able to do something at. So I feel really confident.
See, now I feel bad for calling it the inferior 2-mile track as it's your home track. So I apologize for that. But
they are fine.
So you like Auto Club then too, apparently, because you said you're fine.
Yeah. I like Auto Club as well.
Okay.
But yeah, they each have very unique characteristics, but they're also very similar. So it makes it special.
All right. Well, Ryzen, congrats on the win. Anybody you'd like to shout out before we let you go tonight?
Absolutely. Thank you, Merritt Speedway, for sponsoring my car. Ford giving me an amazing engine. S2, Salvador Martinez for being my team owner. Andrew, he's having a rough few weeks. He's my teammate, but I'm sure he'll make it out of it. Shout out Wesley. He did as much as he could for starting dead last. And shout out to you guys in the broadcast booth and HVRL for putting on the show. Really appreciate it. It's fun.
All right, Ryzen. Well, congrats on your second win of the season, and we'll catch you next week in Michigan.
Thank you very much.
2 race wins down here for Ryzen Baker. He joins Bryce Fountaine as the only multi-time winners in the Cup Series for season number 2. And he will try to tackle and become the first 3-time winner in a week's time as he goes to his home track in Michigan International Speedway. So, with that, we are going to go ahead and head out for the evening. Taking a look at what you got on dock for tomorrow. The ARCA cars take on Iowa for 144 laps. That is a very fast 3/4 of a mile track, so be ready to watch some great action there for the ARCA guys at Iowa Speedway. following it up, though, on Wednesday night as the Xfinity Series goes ahead and tackles the other 2.5-mile track here, the tricky triangle of Pocono, as they go ahead and tackle 60 laps there at the tricky triangle. So that's what we got on tap here for the remainder of the week here in High Velocity Racing League. For everybody here at the league and at the High Velocity Racing Network, we appreciate you for stopping by, and we hope to hear from you another time. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time.
HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Roads my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track.